Hi everyone, I'm Kira Delatorre and this is my first discussion board post for part one of the discussion board this week. So I watched three different shows slash movies. The first one, I watched both the original series and the remake movies with Chris Pine of Star Trek. Now the first thing I noticed about this series was the almost lack of female characters altogether. And, Star Trek is really about going into the new frontier. In fact, something I noticed in the original television series, part of the saying goes, and boldly go where no man has ever gone before. In the remakes, they changed it. And it now says, boldly go where no person has gone before. So this was interesting to me because it shows how media has changed over the years and is now trying to be more inclusive with regards to gender and gender roles, which I found fascinating. But the lack of female characters was still something I took problem with because really the one female character in this movie, the one prominent female character at least, is Lieutenant Uhura, and she deals strictly with communications. The combat, the running of the ship, the making sure that the ship doesn't fall apart, the strategy, that is all left up to the men. So I thought that was very interesting with regards to how it relates to gender roles because it shows women can be intelligent and have a place, but not as physical or important of a place as men. Nextly, I watched WALL-E. Now this was fascinating to me to look through this lens for because WALL-E is specifically about robots and technology, and Disney still assigned gender roles to the robots. WALL-E, he is dirty, he's boxy, he is something left behind, cleaning up the humans' mess. Eve, or Eva, she is new, she's sleek, she's shiny. She comes back to find out if Earth is hospitable for humans to live on. So I thought that was interesting because I thought the gender roles there were kind of flipped, whereas WALL-E was left behind cleaning up the mess. Eva was the one facing new frontiers and coming into the unknown to figure things out. So that was interesting to see as well. There are robots in that movie, however, that are pink and have female voices and deal specifically with nurturing and hygiene, and they make sure everybody on the ship looks pretty. They do makeup, they groom, so that was interesting too to see how that gender role came into play, whereas other robots, the sports robots, all speak with a manly voice, and, they're all about, tennis and golf. So, men's role is to, play sports and relax. Women's role is to care for and to make sure everything's looking nice. So that was interesting to me because even robots were assigned gender roles in media. Lastly, I watched Planet Earth, which was fascinating because there are no humans in Planet Earth. And it was so interesting to see how much gender roles vary from species to species. Sometimes the females and males take turns taking care of the children and going out to hunt. Sometimes it's specifically the male job. Sometimes it's specifically the female job. So that was fascinating because in a world where humans, media, technology don't have any impact, there's a variety of gender roles available, and it varies so much. So it's interesting then to think about the role that media has on gender roles. If we are to believe that technology and media help shape our identity, which I think is what these chapters are telling us, then it's not that far of a leap to say that when young children watch these shows, even shows like Star Trek and WALL-E, which are supposed to be about the future and, boldly going where no one has gone before, when kids watch that, when they see Lieutenant Uhura as the only female character in space, when they see female robots that are supposed to be taking care of the people on the ship, they internalize that. That becomes a part of their forming identity. So I think we as a society need to do better. I think we in the media need to do better. We need to show what both genders can be, not what they can't. I just think that with technology, we have so much possibility to do so much good, and we're really squandering that with what we're showing right now. if you're going to make a movie about the future, about technology, about robots, maybe try to make it a little bit more like Planet Earth and show how inclusive nature can be. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Goodbye.